how many of you are gonna turn up. I thought I would go live. I tried to go live last time, but I think that there was like a technical error on my side. Many of you said that you didn't hear me, so you weren't seeing. And then I think I like tried to upload the live. I tried to upload it, and then it just like there was like an error, so I had to delete it. So I thought I would try again now. A lot of the times, Monday's probably the best day, just because I'm starting the week off with like childcare, so it's easier to what's it called, to like have someone who, because like my nannies come during the week, they don't come on weekends. They come like Monday to Friday, the night nanny, and then the day nanny comes like Monday to Friday, and then she does like a half day on Saturday. So I just have more time like at the beginning of the week. I know many people are at work and stuff like that, but I just thought I would come on here. We can talk about anything you want to talk about, super quick. This won't be a super long one. I just want to jump on here. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about it. Any topic you want to talk about or discuss. I'll do the Met Gala video at some point this week. I'm not normally one for like filming those like Met Gala videos. But I thought that the theme this year was something which I find interesting. I think I'm only interested if I like the theme. Like if I'm not like super excited by the theme, it can be hard to kind of justify like filming. Does that make sense? Because you're kind of like, I don't know, you're kind of like I think at times like you have to like post the things that you personally like and enjoy, and it's not like every Met Gala theme. And I saw some people saying that they felt like the Met Gala was really tone deaf in light of like all the stuff going on in the world. I don't know how to explain it, but I think that that Blue Origin space flight is way more tone deaf than the Met Gala thing. Because the Met Gala is like a private event that raises money for the Costume Institute. Brands pay, I think individuals can pay, but brands mainly pay. And it's very expensive and it raises money. So it's like more of like a charitable event. Whereas I feel like that the all female, like Blue Origin celebrity flight, which, and I know not everyone was, and there were some brilliant women who were chosen to go on that flight. So I was reading about some of them. It just felt very gratuitous and self-indulgent, and it does nothing for women. It doesn't raise any awareness for women. It's not raising any money for women. To me, it just seemed like a pointless exercise. To me, I don't know how you guys saw it. Tanya says, "Hey, Kagem." Hey, Tanya. Good to see you here. How are you? Anything you guys want to talk about? Just let me know. I don't know. I just felt like the Blue Origin thing to me was just nonsense. And I would say I'm like someone who's like marginally interested in the dope planet, has rings and shit. But like what did that do? Respectfully, Katy Perry, Gail King flying into space, and Jeff Bezos' fiance flying into space. Like, what does that do? I really didn't like the way the celebrities responded to the critique about it as well. It was like, I think Gail King was very dismissive. Like, actually, let me not misquote her time my laptop open. What did she say? It was a very dismissive response. It was very like, well, you don't understand, she's responding here. She's like, Gail King responded to all of the stuff, and then she's like, I feel like people criticizing don't really understand what's happening. I've heard it. We've heard it all. I hope they do a deep dive into what this represents. What does it represent? You're not Marie Curie. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I feel like with the Met Gala, I think is a bit different than this, because this to me felt like a very self-indulgent, very gratuitous. My fiance is one of the richest men, if not the richest man on the planet. He owns a space company. I'm going to take a bunch of women into space and come back. That's what that felt like. The Met Gala is like raising money for the Costume Institute, to further and to make sure that fashion and costume design is nourished and people can experience these things. Arts are important and museums are important. And it's important to make sure that those things are funded because it's about knowledge. So you know, some people say, oh, should you have these things when people are starving or people are going through all these things? People in all of humanity, there's always been inequality. Inequality will always exist, whether there's a Met Gala or not. There's always going to be inequality. So I don't know what you guys think about it, but I think that. But my only thing with the Met Gala is, if I think the Met Gala is boring, a lot of the times I feel like the Met Gala is like kind of boring. Um, like the themes are just not themes that I find interesting. This year, the theme is the black superfine, the black dandy. So that should be interesting. It would be very interesting to see the cultural references. And as someone who's like, I consider myself like a history buff, a history girl. I read about all kinds of history from all kinds of cultures. I'm very familiar with the subject matter without even having to research it like off the top of my head. So I feel like I'd be able to like share some interesting perspectives. So once we have high quality pictures of what celebrities have worn and what brands were there, then I'll film my video. I'll upload it at some point this week because I want to like share good pictures, not necessarily be fast. But yeah, you guys will let me know what you think about all of that. I just posted the Big H Colors video. There's a lot of Hermes themed content on my channel if you guys are into Hermes. And then I had like some Louis Vuitton stuff as well. So there's a bunch of content if you guys are interested. Yeah, the Hermes Colors video. There was an Hermes Louis Vuitton Cartier Dragon video, and there was also a Kelly Pochette success story. I don't know how many people saw that one as well. So you guys will let me know what you think. I feel like with a lot of these discussions about like what's in poor taste, it's a tough one. I saw a really interesting comment on a video. I was just, watching people's videos, like luxury content creators videos and stuff, and comment that I've been thinking about this comment, just paraphrasing here. It doesn't matter where I saw the comment. The comment, like what's in the comment is more interesting. The person was basically saying, they were saying like that they were from America, and that in the States right now, there's like a lot of stuff going on with like the prices of food, the prices of petrol and things like that. And they were saying that they noticed that people are still posting hauls and unboxings, and so on and so forth. And they were saying that they felt like it was in poor taste, irrespective of where the person was in the world. I don't know about that. I mean, I think that's a bit much to say, you don't think people should post like hauls and unboxings and stuff because in your country, maybe in your country, it might be seen as it's in poor taste to post hauls and unboxings, but the world is a diverse place and there's a lot of wealth in the world. I think it's like 60% of the world's population lives in a non-Western country. We're talking about like economies that are growing and there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I think I've mentioned this, but lately I've been watching a lot of like content creators from like the Middle East who speak Arabic and watching content creators from like Japan, mainland China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Vietnam, South Korea, and Singapore. I've really been enjoying their content. And the one theme I found in common with the creators from Asia and the creators from the Middle East is that they're very like straightforward about like showing the things that they're interested in or talking about the things that they're going to buy without it getting like super political, and I think that I think a lot of English content creators can make things feel very political when they don't need to be. If you're watching someone's like unboxing videos or whatever, but in your country, if there's a lot of stuff going on, you need to focus on that versus you trying to tell people like, hey, I don't think you should do unboxings because people are struggling. I mean, it sounds like a horrible thing to say, but there's always going to be struggles. There's always going to be people struggling. That doesn't stop like the content creator or you not shopping at Louis Vuitton is not going to change all horrible things that are happening in the world. Don't get me wrong. We want all of those horrible things to stop, but the world doesn't stop. It's the horrible life. I think that's kind of how I say it. It's not so much YOLO as it is I just need to be a little bit more realistic. And that's kind of So if you have any questions or any thoughts, you let me know, or anything you guys want to talk about or discuss. A lot of the times when I come here, I'm trying to just kind of experiment with what format you guys want to see from me. Like, do you want to like talk about like anything in these videos, or do you want to talk about certain topics in these videos, or we can just kind of go with the flow and talk about anything? But you let me know. So if you drop a comment in the comment section or come up with any topics, I would be very happy to answer your questions or react to anything that you guys may have. Is anyone ordering anything from Murakami, or is anyone, I think, interested in that collection? So if you have any questions, you let me know. Because I've posted a bunch of videos this week, just because I had just way more time to post. So it was good. It was good to be able to post. It seems like there's a lot of information about like uh, pre-orders for the Louis Vuitton Murakami and stuff like that. I'm just trying to find the Louis Vuitton Murakami stuff on here on my other phone. It seems that there's like a lot of information. There is a lot of information about pre-orders for the Louis Vuitton Murakami collection. So it'll be super interesting to see like what people end up buying, I think, from that collection. I'm very intrigued by that. I feel like with the Murakami cherries collection, I feel like it's been really interesting to see reactions like from how people have been talking about it. Um, I think I think that one of the things that I find very interesting about the way people discuss these like high-end luxury collections is that there seems to be this kind of, I think, idea that like I think particularly with like discussions around Louis Vuitton, like one thing which I found really strange about the sort of discussion of Louis Vuitton specifically. I think it's always fun to kind of moan and complain about prices. I have to have a moan about it as well because the price increases are insane. Like the prices have gone up since the first multicolor drop in January. Multicolor, cherry blossoms, and the cerise in French or cherries in English launch that's coming. The prices are just increasing exponentially. But I have noticed that, like, I don't know. I mean, I saw a video. I think it was Melon Melbourne had posted a video. I think Melon Melbourne had posted a video. By the way, I really like her. I think she's fantastic. But she posted a video about like the pre-ordering for the. I think she tried to buy something and then they held on to her money for 4 months, and a lot. She was saying how like she didn't and stuff. But I must say, like on the website, they are very clear that there are certain products that you're going to have to wait like a long time to receive. For example, here I'd already opened the website. I was just browsing the website, getting ready for my summer trip, which will be this summer, just to see if there's anything I like. There's a bracelet here on Louis Vuitton's website. It's very cute. It's a pave color blossom star and sun multi-motif bracelet. It's like a charm bracelet. It's very pretty. It says here add to shopping bag, but it does say here, okay, your product will be shipped in 5 to 7 weeks. So you're going to pay for the whole thing and then they're going to ship it in 5 to 7 weeks. So normally what that says is like they're trying to forecast demand for products. So they'll just take your money up front so they can forecast the demand for the product. But when I didn't watch her entire video, but from what I understood, what she was saying was that like she waited 4 months for her product. And it was really interesting to see the reaction to in her video, like in her comment section, because a lot of people were like, Louis Vuitton, a lot of people were saying that Louis Vuitton wants like an interest-free loan. But the fact of the matter is, all of the brands do this. Like Big H is known for doing this, like with furniture and with fine jewelry. A lot of people who have bought furniture have told me you'll put your name down for furniture, they'll take your money up front, and then the chair or whatever it is that you've ordered will be delivered to you 8 months later. They do this for jewelry, for fine jewelry as well. Many glamazons have told me, like, oh, I tried to order this. Like, someone's like, I want to buy this, and they don't just have it like readily made. You pay for it up front, and then they deliver it to you many weeks later. So, unless I misunderstood a portion of her video, I feel like this is normal, but I feel like sometimes the critique for Louis Vuitton seems harsher than the critique that's given for other brands, which I don't really understand because Big H is known to do this. They're known also to, for certain like categories of product, they're known to take product and then they're known to take products or to take money, and then they'll be like here on the website for Louis Vuitton, but Big H is known to do this for furniture and fine jewelry. So I'm just curious to know, like, why are people more like, why is the critique harsher for Louis Vuitton when Big H does this? Big H absolutely does this. Frankly, a lot of brands do this, and it's not anything strange. I think Van Cleef and Arpels also do this, where there will be some pieces that it's not going to be dispatched straight away. And I think it's because it's a demand issue. Okay, that piece I mentioned now that Louis Vuitton said it's 5 to 7 weeks. It's 9,450 euros. So let me look for a more affordable piece. Okay, so for example, there's a more affordable piece here. On the website, it says Color Blossom BB Sun Bracelet, pink mother of pearl and diamonds. It is mother of pearl with one small little diamond. Oops, that's my ring light there, sorry. And it's 2,550 euros. It's very cute. It says free delivery and return. So this will ship immediately. So you'll get this immediately. So some of the products, it's like you won't get it straight away, and other products, you will. So I'm curious about why people are more like annoyed about that, when I think Louis Vuitton was pretty upfront with the Murakami collection that things would take time to ship, unless maybe the shipping or the postage took, or like making the product, because I think what they're doing is they're trying to forecast demand. They're trying to forecast demand. So I think it's like hard for them to forecast demand because, as we saw with the first Multico, they under forecasted. They maybe because of the economic stuff, or I think with these forecasts, you look at what's going on in the world. You look at what's going on in the world geopolitically. You look at what's going on in the world in terms of the stock market, in different global markets, to kind of see how consumers feel. So they did underestimate demand, but at the end of the day, all the brands do it. Abigail, hi Abigail, welcome. Anything you want to talk about? You guys can suggest the topics we talk about, any questions or anything you want me to react to. We were just talking about the sort of reaction to Louis Vuitton, like, bloggers and influencers have been saying that, Louis Vuitton's taking money up front and then takes months to fulfill orders. And I was just saying, even on the website, they're very upfront that it will take a while for certain products to be fulfilled, because that means that they don't have it available to purchase like in the warehouse. Because even with their jewelry, some of the jewelry can even take months and months and months. And I was just saying, Louis Vuitton, Big H do this as well, and Big H are known for doing this as well. So I don't understand why Big H doesn't get the same sort of critique. So there's certain pieces on here that, that it seems like it takes them some time to deliver the piece to you. Whereas I feel like with Murakami, they were very upfront that it's not going to be shipped straight away, and some of the pieces will take longer. So it's not to like defend Louis Vuitton or anything, but I'm sure they don't care what I think about them, and I don't care that they don't get any. I couldn't care less. But I think it's just to add some clarity. All businesses do this. It's not anything strange or, out of the ordinary for businesses to do this. yeah, for example, just on the Murakami section of the European website, which ships from the Netherlands to different EU addresses, there's the Takashi Murakami passport cover from the first multi-code drop, and it says here your product will be shipped in 4 to 11 weeks. So it's really upfront that they're going to take all of your money, and you might not get the product for 4 to 11 weeks, and it might even go up beyond that. And then there's like an information a bit here. I just wanted to read it. It says, why is there a delay? And it's like, our carefully crafted hand products, it might currently exceed the speed at which our artisans can make them. As such, there is an extended delivery time. That's what Big Louis Vuitton says. Whether you believe her or not, I don't know. For me, I don't really. I can see how it can be annoying to see like all of that money leave your bank account and not get the product straight away. But as far as I'm concerned, the brand has been pretty upfront, so I'm not sure I see what the problem is, particularly when other brands do this as well. And Hermes is known for doing this, and they don't receive the same sort of critique that Louis Vuitton, I think, receives, which I'm just confused why they don't get as critique. That's all. I think it's okay if you like Hermes to be like, hey, I don't want to critique them as much, but I'm confused why they don't receive the same criticism when they also participate in these shenanigans and games as well. Honestly, Louis Vuitton's jewelry is very pretty. It's really cute. And I feel like their fine jewelry, that in their annual report, their fine jewelry and watches was the only category where they had like an increase for the quarter. I feel like their fine jewelry is very unique. It's super unique because it looks different to a lot of stuff that's on the market. And I know it's like so trendy to be like, I wouldn't buy fine jewelry. Like people like to say things like this, like they wouldn't buy fine jewelry from like a fashion house. I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of a limited way of thinking because you miss out on some really cool designs. They have some very cute feminine designs. I know a lot of the girls were like, oh, their stuff looks like VCA's stuff. These are their shapes that they've had since the 1890s. So respectfully, they had these shapes before Van Cleef and Arpels even existed. Ooh, they've had these shapes. So if I'm Louis Vuitton, no one's telling me I can't. They do look very similar, like the Color Blossom BB line. It does look super similar to the Alhambra, but I must say, I think I prefer this one. For example, there is a bracelet here that I like. It's very cute, very feminine, very dainty. I want to try it on when I go to Europe this summer. It's called the Color Blossom BB Star Bracelet. Pink gold, mother of pearl, and with a white mother of pearl and with one diamond. It says it ships in 5 to 7 weeks. So that means, and it says add to shopping bag. They're going to take all of your money today, but you get it in 5 to 7 weeks, which means that they don't have one in stock on the EU website that ships from Amsterdam to ship to customers today. So the order is going to be received, and then it's going to be sent to the jewelry atelier where they're going to make your bracelet. Honestly, I don't really have a problem with this. I can see how it's a little annoying. Some of these weeks are a bit long. There's another one here, the Star Bracelet Color Blossom, pink and gold, white mother of pearl, 2,700, 6 to 9 weeks. Yeah, it is a long time to wait. It's almost 3 months waiting. But, you know, if you want to get it today, you can go straight to the store. And I think this also encourages people to go to the boutique. I have to say, I prefer the aesthetics of their Color Blossom BB. I know people are like, it's ripping off the Alhambra. Louis Vuitton had those shapes first. And I'm not a fan of the Alhambra. I think this is very cute, very dainty. My only thing with Louis Vuitton's jewelry is like the prices are insane. Like I have no problem moaning and whinging about how much things cost. The prices are crazy. Like they are very expensive. It's way more expensive than Cartier, Van Cleef, Chopard, etc. Lucy says, hey girl, hey. Hey Lucy. What do you want to talk about? We can talk about anything you guys want. I'm trying to figure out like what's the format you guys want. Just you guys can suggest topics. I think that might be easier. So I'm not like talking about things that maybe people don't want to talk about. Lucy says, what prices increase are we talking about? There's been so many, haha. Oh, I was just saying like the Louis Vuitton prices for their fine jewelry are very high. And also, I was saying that a lot of people like to say like they wouldn't buy fine jewelry from Louis Vuitton. Coincidentally, their fine jewelry and their watches are like the only thing that they made money from in this previous quarter in their annual report. So I was saying that something about these designs is resonating with people. So I was just saying, like, it's very cute, it's very dainty. Unpopular opinion, I think that I know that they have this line in their jewelry line that people say looks like the Alhambra. They had those shapes first. Okay. They had those shapes first. Abigail says the pink gem from Tanzania video. Ooh, what video were you talking about? What pink gem? You mean like the bubblegum pink diamonds from northern Tanzania? Is there a video I should know about? Lucy says their pieces are beautiful, but agreed pricing so high. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but it's very high. They're very expensive. Louis Vuitton's fine jewelry is priced higher than Cartier, than Chopard, frankly, than Bulgari. And I would say that Bulgari is quite pricey. For Bulgari's B01 line is like my favorite like jewelry line of the brand. It's very expensive. And Louis Vuitton have priced their stuff that way. But clearly it's working. They're reaching people. I could see LV enthusiasts buying their jewelry after buying a ton of bags. Yeah. So it's cute though. They have some single earrings here. I was saying before you logged on, Lucy, I was saying a lot of like influencers and bloggers have complained that Louis Vuitton is like taking money up front for product and then taking ages to like furnish product. Because I think Mel in Melbourne had filmed a video, and I was just saying I like Mel. I think she's fantastic, but she filmed a video saying that she had paid for something from the Murakami launch. I think it was like I don't know what it was. I think it was that like micro Alma, and then she said that she like waited 4 months for them to furnish it to her, and for her to get it. So, but it's like that's normal, and they even say on the website here you have to wait 5 weeks for this jewelry product, or you have to wait 6 weeks for this Murakami product. Lucy says, haha, the pre-order scam. I heard about this too. Lucy says, I think the same thing happened to other big YouTubers, except their pre-orders were canceled. 4 months is nothing. It's really nothing, because honestly, Big H does this too. They do this with furniture. They do this. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. They do this with furniture, and they do this with jewelry. Hermes are known for doing this. Like if there's something you like from Hermes, from fine jewelry, and they don't have it in stock, they'll take all of your money and then they'll send the order to Paris and they'll have it made. And you'll have to wait 6-7 months. People have waited many months for like Hermes furniture and Hermes jewelry. So I don't really, why is Louis Vuitton so different? Abigail says you promised to visit special. Yes, I did. I will work on that for this month or next month. Yeah, but I did. Yeah, I'll work on that. I did promise that, yes. And it's easily accessible because it's here. Taylor says, hey, Kagem. Hey, Taylor. Hope you're well. A lot off topic, but any thoughts on the Rolls-Royce Spectre? My mum test drove one and reckons she'd rather have an older Dawn instead. I know you love cars. I love the Spectre. I feel like an older Rolls, honestly. I like older cars, but like I think it's surgical off topic. No, it's okay. It's a luxury product. I think older cars, I would want something like, honestly, for a more vintage model, I'd want like an Aston Martin. I feel like the Rolls Royce is like, it's meant to be a very smooth drive. I just don't know if I'd want to drive like an older Rolls that has been driven in. And I feel like Rolls is something like, even if you were to buy, let's say you were to buy it used, it should be lightly used. I have no problem with buying a used car. If I was to ever pull the trigger on a Lamborghini, I'd buy a used one. But like, I feel like I'd want the Spectre over buying the Dawn. Like an older Dawn, I don't know. It's just, you want those like modern like fits, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like an older car would maybe be something like the Ferrari Testarossa. That you could maybe get like a vintage version, or the Countach. Lucy says, my issue is they take the pre-order money, hold it, and ultimately cancel the order. Yeah, that is a problem. So definitely that is a problem. But here's the thing, and this is unpopular. This is why it's important to like know where you stand. like at Louis Vuitton specifically, like they take the money and then they hold it obviously, and then if you haven't spent enough bread, they cancel your order. They cancel your order. That's unfortunate, but it's part of the territory of now shopping at Louis Vuitton, and I think some of it is psychological as well, because people are on tenterhooks, trying to figure out where they stand in terms of spending. Like, how much did you spend? It's psychological, so it keeps you on tenterhooks. Now you're invested. Now you're trying to game the system, figuring out what should I buy to increase like my spending. Lucy says, I agree. It's almost like they don't want to hurt people's feelings. I think, no, I think they do want to hurt people's feelings. I think they do want you to feel inadequate. I think that there's a psychology to taking someone's money, making them feel like they can pre-order and then canceling it. I remember watching someone's Louis Vuitton video, I don't recall who, and someone watching commented saying, I'm a VIP at Louis Vuitton and my orders were canceled. And someone responded like, if you are a VIP at Louis Vuitton, your orders would never be canceled. Facts. You're not a VIP. You're not a VIP. I'm not either, and that's fine. But you're not a VIP. Maybe they made you think you are, but you're not. All I'm saying is let's keep the same energy that we give Big LV, give it to Big H too, because she does this too. She takes people's money up front for her furniture, for her fine jewelry, not for every product, but a lot of that stuff is ordered and you have to wait 6-7 months for it to come through, but no one's moaning about that. Because I think in her video, Mel was saying that she might return, I think it was like a bag charm. I think it's a micro Alma, it's very small. It's almost like a bag charm. I don't know if I'd wait 4 months and then return something. So when I watched her video, I was like, again, I think she's fantastic, think she's great. But like, I wouldn't like order something, wait 4 months and return it. It feels a bit like, wow. Lucy says, I don't think spend is super high to be VIP, to be H. I know someone who got first dibs on a bunch of Murakami multi-code piece, only spent 24K lifetime spend. It depends where she was. It's my understanding, for those of you in America, it depends where you are, and it depends how competitive that store is. And it also, I think Louis Vuitton is really big on returns. If your friend spent 25K lifetime, but she doesn't return things, I think they like people like that. And also her CA. And also, hold on. Lucy says, and also that was the first drop. It's my understanding it's tough now. Lucy says, can we talk about returning? I think returning is terrible. Honestly, I think it's terrible too. In Tanzania, you're not allowed to return things. If you buy something in my country, it's yours. There are no refunds here. Once a tax receipt has been generated here, there are no refunds. I'm not actually against that at all. I think returning something because you're unsure is annoying. But I tell you what I really dislike, without naming anyone, I really dislike when YouTubers buy things they know they're returning and then unbox it. That really irritates me. You see this all the time. Someone will like buy something and be like, I think I'm going to return this. Why did you unbox it then? Why? Okay. You did it for attention, you did it for views so that you can get attention and so on and so forth. But why unbox it? I do have to say, I do find that annoying. Lucy says, I can understand a return if it's defective, but only then. LOL, they unbox it for views. It's so irritating. I want to see you show us things that you like, that you're passionate, excited about. Don't unbox something that you know you don't like. Yeah, I think returning something that's defective is absolutely fine. That is fine. But I think, again, sorry. In the case of Louis Vuitton, you see this in Louis Vuitton Facebook groups all the time. All of the Louis Vuitton Facebook groups, someone will post a picture of like a bag, like an Alma or an SLG, and they'll be like, guys, can you see the crack in the canvas? And there's nothing there because they want to justify being able to return something. Like, guys, can you see it? Like, no one can see anything. Just getting the remote to the AC, just a second. I don't understand like that as well. Like looking for imperfections So you can be annoyed about it. But Lucy says that's a whole other thing. People who expect unrealistic perfect products because they paid a couple of thousand. I've been wearing my love ring a lot. It's somewhere over here. Oh, here it is. The love ring I got from Cartier. And it has scratches on it already, but honestly, I don't care. You can barely see them. I don't understand why people are so weird about this, but I'll tell you what I think is wild. Okay. I was just watching, like, just watching unboxings, hauls, whatever. I see this video, and again, it doesn't matter who the person is, but I see this video and it's like Louis Vuitton unboxing hauls. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They're fakes. They're replicas. And I'm not shocked that someone's unboxing replicas. That's not a problem. I know that people have done, there are tons of Louis Vuitton DH Gate unboxing videos. But normally the people who are on DH Gate will say that it's a replica, or they'll put in the title from the gate. Lucy says, scratches are part of the joys of having pieces, makes everything piece unique. I agree. Lucy says they're fakes. OMG, are they pretending they're real? Yeah, absolutely. They're pretending they're real. This happens on TikTok all the time. Yeah, exactly. So the replica unboxings is nothing new. I know none of us care about that. But a lot of the times the people who unbox replicas, they're very open that they're replicas. And they don't pretend that they're not replicas. So I'm watching the haul, and it's a massive haul. Like if it was bought in what I call Louis Vuitton money, like real cash at the store, it was like 30 bands, easy. But then she's like, she's like, oh, there's a seller, this, because people were asking, how much does it cost? And she's like, watch the video to figure out how much it costs. And then when you actually listen to what she's saying, she's like, oh, I have a seller. And then finally it was like Louis Vuitton P9, she bought it for $400. They're replicas. And they when I was watching it, I was like, something feels off about the product. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not like that person who can tell if something is unique or because I'm not a collector, so I'm just not that invested in telling if things are fakes. But I feel like a lot of these replicas, they just look really bad. Like if someone like me can tell that it was their replicas before she had said that she bought her P9 for $400, if someone like me can tell that it's fake, then they're really bad. Because I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not someone who's like, oh, this and this, Lucy says there's some person on TikTok who unboxes a picnic and pretends she's Hermes VIP and it's fake. That's hysterical. Lucy says the fake LV always has a thin, cheap leather, no structure. Exactly. Yeah. And also something I've noticed about the fake Louis Vuittons, and this is when I realized this early on when I started posting on here, and periodically like my channel would be put alongside a fake channel. And I'm like, I want nothing to do with these people. If you want to buy fakes, that's fine. I'm not interested. Don't want anything to do with it. But the thing I've noticed about Louis Vuitton is the monogram. My wallet, my Louis Vuitton, like small like wallet with I forgot the name of that thing. The small one, the one that I bought, I've unboxed it before. It has like the classic monogram. It's over there in my bag. But there's just, the monogram is always off. They can't get, like, Louis Vuitton clearly have a patented way that they do the LV with the star, and the shapes of the iconic monogram. They clearly have their molds, and you can. When I was watching, because I was watching the video, and I was like, wow, this is a really big Louis Vuitton haul. That's so cool. I'm like super excited, thinking this is someone new who's posting Louis Vuitton unboxing, someone I'm going to support. But then as I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, these are really pricey. But there's something, they don't look expensive. Like I was thinking this before she had said that there's a seller and that they're like $300, $400. They don't look expensive. And say what you want about Louis Vuitton, and people can talk all day. Louis Vuitton's products look expensive. Like when I was in Paris in autumn, we went to the Louis Vuitton at Le Bon Marché, and like the products look luxurious and expensive, like the twist, the capucine. Say what you want about her, but the leather goods and the hard-sided pieces, it looks rich. So if you say, this is the Pharrell Speedy, P9, and it just doesn't look expensive, then it's like, oh, it's $400. I'm like, oh, okay, they're fakes. Taylor says, will you be watching Met Gala looks? And thoughts on Anna in general? Yes, I will have a Met Gala video at some point this week, but I want to wait for high quality pictures. I'm not going to watch it live or anything. I'll just wait to see what everyone's wearing. Probably tomorrow I'll look at everything, and then I'll have the video up this week at some point. Because I actually said this at the beginning of the live. With the Met Gala, I'm not someone who's like really invested in the Met Gala, but I think it's important that it like raises money for that costume institute, and I have to like the theme. So if I'm not interested in the theme, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm really interested in this theme because I'm a history girl. You guys, I love history and trivia. So like the super fine black dandy thing, that's something which I know a lot of stuff about off the top of my head anyway. So I'll definitely post it. But I can't say I'm like someone who's like, I wait for the Met Gala or I'm going to watch the arrivals. No, I'm not that invested. But when all of their looks come out tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow for me because it's nighttime over here, then I'll post. Taylor says, Jamie, she's custom Scaparelli rings. I'd love them. Lisa says, LOL, the Met looks I've seen that looks so horrible. Okay, great. So then you make sure that you watch that video. Oh, ballet dancer. Hi, ballet dancer. Good to see you. Ballet dancer says, please hit the like button, support channel. Yes, you guys. I keep forgetting to ask you guys to do this. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and also click the fire emojis and the 100% things. I can see them flashing up here. Taylor says, so horrible so far. Ha ha ha. Okay, cool. So after the live, I'll look at them, but make sure you tune in for my review video. Cause I feel like with the Met Gala, the people who think they ate, like some of it just looks so bad. You're just like, this is actually horrible. On some of the previous themes. So I'm more interested in like, I'm trying to think of what actually I'm just losing interest in a lot of these things. Princess, hello, Princess. I hope someone would go to the Met in full Congolese sapper. Yeah, like it should be something like the sapper of the DRC. So hopefully we'll see people do that because that's also part of the dandy theme. So like, yeah, just to like wrap up the Met Gala topic, like with the Met Gala, I think because brands play such a big role because they pay, and this is something which I think we need to note for this Met Gala, brands are paying the Costume Institute for the tables. So celebrities have to wear certain brands. End of. People are not going to turn up in thrifted or vintage finds. Honey. Ballet dancer says, I want a bag. Yeah, I know. I want a bag. That ballet dancers referencing a tidbit from my dragging video when there was someone who like walked into one of the big H boutiques in Europe and is like, I want to buy a bag. I asked for a bag. What bag did you ask for? Stop this bag gibberish. Okay. They kept saying, I asked for a bag and it was the in the loop bag. Girl, bye. I'm doing this. So with the Met Gala, I feel like with the Met Gala, considering all of the political stuff going on in the world right now and the sort of like the campaign against diversity in certain countries, it froze. The internet went down for a second. I apologize. It froze. The internet went down for a second. I apologize for that. So I hope you guys are still here. Sorry about that. It happens from time to time. Lucy says, oh my God, can we talk about the guy who was PISSED? His doctor wife didn't get a bag. I know. That's from the dragging a video as well. I mean, your wife didn't get a bag. You roll up in the Zurich store and you're demanding bags and you haven't bought anything. And you're not from Switzerland and you don't speak French and you don't speak German. How many more ands with a Z do people want? Sorry. Ballet dancer thought it was me. No, it's not you. It's ballet dancer thought it was me. No, it's not you. It's the internet. It's a little weak today on my side, so I apologize for that. Taylor says, OMG, the doctor wife. If it goes out again, don't go away. Just stick around. Taylor says, "Oh my god, the doctor wife." I was creased in laughter. Dubai. Lisa says, "Sure, these people understand they have no chance of walking and getting a bag." I think people are actually delusional, thinking like they're like really that important. But it's like this is like Zurich, Switzerland. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how you're walking and asking for a bag and haven't bought anything. Um, Ballet dancer says, "No problem. I like your hair." Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just sometimes like it goes in and out. And then also we've had these like massive rains. It's been so rainy here, so it has affected the internet because our cables are like underwater, like in the Indian Ocean for our internet. So it's been a little bit more complicated than normal. So yeah, just with the Met Gala thing, it's like I feel like I have to like the theme. I think the theme. I just feel like with the Met Gala, like you have to be interested in the theme, but also because brands have played such a huge role, like because brands pay for the tickets, like and stuff, and because they're the ones who are buying the tickets. Let me just quickly double check because I think it was like each ticket on a table is like $75,000. That's why like certain like certain celebrities have to wear certain brands. Let's just see Met Gala ticket cost. Check. 75,000. Yeah, I mean for a ticket, and that's paid for like by brands. So I saw someone say like that is going to hurt the ability for the brands to be, or sometimes it can be like a non-fashion brand that can buy a table for celebrities. Because I think that they did this last time, like Instagram bought a table, well, not last time, maybe 2 or 3 Met Galas ago. Instagram bought a table, and they invite. They're obviously not paying the celebrity to go there. I think it's one of the very few things where like celebrities not being paid to go to the Met Gala, obviously, but like it's like Instagram bought a table, and then there were a bunch of celebrities who came. Lucy says her influencers are going to be there. I mean, influencers are the new celebrities, honey. I mean, even celebrities have influencers at their launch events now. Who knew? In the old days, I remember the days when Britney Spears would launch a perfume and she wouldn't need a celebrity at her event. And now you have, Beyonce, you have Ree. When they're doing their events, influencers are there. Lucy says, "I don't care for the Met Gala, but the late Como Chanel show, I wish I was at." I mean, that show was just gorgeous. And did you see Kira, honey? It was good to see Kira back at Big C. I have not seen Kira at a Chanel event or show in a long time. But I know she's one of their faces. Say what you want about Chanel, but Chanel is very loyal to their faces. It was really good to see Kira there. It was really good to see Lupita looking stunning. Kira and Lupita have never been in a film together. They should be in a film together. Taylor says, "Did you see the Kardashians selling their dirty Birkins? Interested in your thoughts, haha." Yeah, I heard about this. I heard about the people who are robbing Kim, who robbed Kim in Paris, going on trial in France. They're being tried. The grandfather robbers. I don't know. I feel like the Kardashians. I think I said this on Instagram stories, but Lisa's LOL robbed in air quotes. Yeah, I mean, remember when Kim was like, "I was robbed in Paris," but yet you have diamonds on your neck at the Vanity Fair after party. You have diamonds on your neck at every red carpet. And she's like, "I don't care anymore." Kim, boo, honey. I think both things are true. I think you were robbed, but I don't know about what happened. And something which I have to say I agree. Someone on TikTok was like, if Kim had stayed at the Ritz, she never would have been robbed. I agree. The Ritz has so much security. They wouldn't even have had a minute to be trying trolling in the Ritz. They would have been turned out and thrown out of there. So the whole robbery, no, I don't know about that. With the dirty Birkin thing, I don't know. I just feel like the Kardashians just aren't what they used to be. Does anyone else feel that? Like, even the young Kardashians, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the time has come and I think it's over for them. I think Kim will always be famous and people always be interested in them, but I think it's over for them now. Like, I think if you have to resort to antics like selling your like dirty Birkin, if you have to like resort to that, I think that is a sign that it's over. It's over. Taylor says, yeah, love the Kardashians, but yeah, a bit sus. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's. Oh, I mean, she'll be at the Met Gala tonight, and I'm sure she'll look nice and so on and so forth. But I think it's it's over for them, and I'm really disappointed in Kim's like shenanigans with the Tesla stuff and with the car thing. I'm like, Kim, girl, this time that stunt didn't work. Like most of their stunts that are culturally insensitive, culturally offensive, um, really like people forgive them. But the Tesla thing, Lucy says I've fallen off. I beg your pardon. Lucy says they have fallen off. I agree. Lucy says, wait, what Tesla stuff? Ballet Dancer says Tesla. Taylor says, yeah, I'm so sad about the demise of the Kardashians. Do you follow Mason Disick? Yep, Alabama, Barker, Bad Baby. I don't follow those younger people, but I've heard about Mason not being interested in fame. Yeah, Mason doesn't seem like he's interested in fame. Okay, the Tesla thing is the photo shoot she did on her Instagram when Elon Musk was getting all of this backlash about, basically trying to be like this political oligarch. And then she was like, did a photo shoot with like the Tesla Cybertruck when people were protesting against Tesla. Like people were doing those protests against Tesla and saying how they're never going to buy Tesla again because of the sort of politically charged debate around what's going on with the founder of Tesla. And she's like filming a photo shoot. It's giving Marie Antoinette, but friendly reminder, Marie Antoinette was spending her money. And that's something people forget about Marie Antoinette. She was spending her money. Okay, so it's like Kimberly, Noelle, boo boo, honey. No one cares about this. I think the Tesla photo shoot really pissed people off, and Kim needs to understand that her audience is not MAGA. Her audience is very left-leaning liberal people. It's very tone deaf to do that. Christine says, hi all. Hi, Christine. Lucy says, wow, I didn't know she did that. That's awful. No wonder people don't care about her anymore. Tone deaf. Yeah, people don't care. And I think we're seeing, look at Kylie. Her makeup line's flopping. Everything they're doing is flopping right now. No one's watching the show. Do you know that when they were still on E, 90 Day Fiancé was getting higher ratings than their show on cable. People are still buying cable subscriptions to watch 90 Day Fiancé. Taylor says Mason had a secret baby. They used Alabama scandal cover it up. No, I don't follow the young people. I'm probably too old. Ballet Dance says the ending was bad. Taylor says Kris Kardashian tried to cover it up. Good content worth Google. No, they're too young. They're too young. I'm just not like young people being annoying or irritating. That will annoy me. That like Kimberly, Courtney, Chloe, it's fine. But I just feel like when people are too young, it's like young Gen Z people don't have real problems. And like Gen Z celebrities are not going to convince me that they have any real problems. It was like, there was this piece in Vanity Fair, and it was by Tom Hanks's daughter, and it was her memoir. It's like, girl, bye. What memoir are you writing? Your father is one of the most famous actors in the world. And it was like about her upbringing with his first wife and her mother's like weird life and all this. I'm like, girl, bye. I'm not listening to the daughter of a famous celebrity saying how hard her life was in her memoir. Go, bye. Ballet Dancer says, for Marie Antoinette, oh, you're saying the ending was bad. Yeah, the ending was bad. She was just 37, but she was spending her money. She wasn't spending the taxpayers' money because she was wealthy. She came with her own coins. That's what's so sad about the whole thing. She's buried in the Basilica of Saint Denis, which is in the north of Paris. On my next trip, I will go there and show you guys that because it's a pretty cool part of history. And I'll make sure to like actually show it this time. Lucy says, I don't think less people care for celebs. Lucy, I keep saying your comments wrong. I beg your pardon. Lucy says, I think less people care for celebs and socialites, to be honest. Cultural shift I'm seeing in the US. Yeah, people are not as interested anymore. Celebrities don't help themselves by being tone deaf. Like today is the first day of the Diddy trial, which I'll be following, not on here, but on my personal account. I might post about it every now and then. Diddy was offered a plea deal. He refused to take the plea deal. It's like, you are going to be convicted because you're a predator. Take the deal. And this is what I mean. Celebrities are so tone deaf. He really thinks he's going to beat the case. It's like, How are you beating the case? Remember with the whole Diddy thing, it was like when Cassie put her lawsuit out, I remember thinking, Diddy's cooked. Her lawsuit was very detailed. And then he was like, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. And CNN was like, let me stop you right there. And then they posted that clip of him abusing her, terrorizing her in the hotel. I remember my husband and I were chatting about it. My husband was like, he's cooked. He's finished. It's finished. And that's what, to the point you're saying about celebrities. Celebrities are tone deaf. They live in their own world. Diddy should take the plea deal because there is no way he's going to be acquitted. He will be convicted. But I'll be following it just because I find it interesting, but not on here. I'll follow it on my personal page. Lucy says he's cooked. So many people speaking out against him. Yeah, for sure. It's over. It's over. And that's what I mean about celebrities. Like, this was someone who was at the Met Gala, like with Cassie at the Met Gala. Taylor, you'd asked me about my thoughts about Anna Wintour. She's a powerful grande dame of fashion. I don't know. I think she's an interesting character. She's interesting. Very powerful. She has a fascinating life. Like, her father was like the editor of the Evening Standard in London. She had a very interesting life. But I'm not like a Anna. But I'm not. But she's a major gatekeeper of fashion. But I'm not like a. Oh wow! Like, if she says something that means it's gold or whatever. Like, I think we need to end that era of fashion gatekeepers. Like, I don't think that there should be this one. I know she's the person who decides the guest list. Like, she gets to decide who goes to the Met Gala. But I feel like if we put the Met Gala to the side, I think, we should kind of end that era of like gatekeepers. Just let me know if you can still hear me and stuff. I just want to make sure that I'm still being heard. And if everyone's getting what I'm saying. But going back to the Diddy thing, I mean, Diddy's finished. It's over for him. So I think celebrity, as a general rule, is over. Ballet Dancer says, thank you for the info of the cherry collection. Yes, no problem. No problem at all. I love the collection. Love Louis Vuitton. We can definitely talk about Louis Vuitton some more if you want to. Taylor says, did you see Caroline Stanbury's new white Rimowa suitcase? No, I haven't. I have not. Is she still on a reality show? Is she on anything new right now? Ballet says, I can still hear you, cuts in and out. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to fix this internet stuff. It's because it's the raining season. It's just a nightmare. You let me know if you guys can still hear me. Let me check. Okay. Taylor says, because I'm scared to check a new one. I'm not a I think it's Rimowa. Is it Rimowa or Rimowa? I don't remember. I'm not a Rimowa person. I still think Louis Vuitton's luggages are the way to go, like the very sleek Horizons. My only thing is I would not check it in. Just TikTok with her husband Sergio. Oh, okay. She's really good. She should be on TV again. But like, I think with like luxury luggages, I'm not checking her in. Like, I'm not checking the bag in. Like, I'm not, if I don't care if it's a Murakami Horizon, I don't care if it's a Cherries Horizon, honey. And the Cherries Horizon looks good in the Louis Vuitton right now. I don't care if it's the normal Horizon with the very muted monogram. I'm not checking her in. Because I feel like once the baggage handlers see that Louis Vuitton, they're going to be like, after seeing videos of how they throw things. Christine C says, my checked baggage is from Costco. Okay, perfect. Lucy says, LOL, they're gonna open it up to snatch what's inside. Facts. And they're gonna literally throw that thing like it is a discus or like a frisbee. They're gonna throw that thing. I think the Horizon and the Cherries collection. Actually, wait, I have the micro site open here. Oh, I did have it open. Let's see how much it is. How much is the Horizon? It's just a fantastic sum of money. Because I have the cherry collection up here. Taylor says I could never check one in. I have an LV Prism 45. Wow. Awesome. And they tried to make me check it in. Taylor's like, I was a full Karen and refused. Haha, so embarrassing. That's so funny. Taylor says the cherry's so pretty. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Here it is. Ethan Barker. Oh my God, you're live. Hi. Hi, Ethan. How are you? Ooh, here is the Murakami Horizon 55. 5,050 US dollars. I mean, I'm not checking her in. If you buy this, you cannot check it in. Ethan says your videos are amazing. Oh, thank you. That means so much. Guys, seriously, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you like them. There's no way you can check this Horizon in. There is no way. The Murakami Horizon's $5,000. We see them throw that thing. Got to go. Your live was on my explore page, just out right now. Have a great day. Okay, no problem. Have a great day too. Thanks for saying hi. The Horizon 55 is what? How big is this? This 55 centimeters. It said it's cabin size. No, I'm not checking this in. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna check her in. This thing is coming with me, and of course it's made in France because it's a hard-sided piece. It's an Arnia, of course. Made in Louis Vuitton's hometown. All the hard-sided pieces are. Guys, I'm not fighting with the people who think these things are made in like China and stuff, because anytime you try and reason with these people, there's no point trying to reason with these people because you can't. But I was trying to explain to someone on TikTok who was like, the suitcases are made in China. I'm like, no, they're not. They're made in Louis Vuitton's hometown, which is outside of Paris. They're like, shut up. Like, okay, but facts don't care about your feelings. They're made in Agnières-sur-Seine, the town where he like raised his children. That's where they're made. Facts don't care about your feelings. So like all of the hard-sided pieces. Guys, you know what I think is a really gorgeous hard-sided piece from Murakami is the coffret accessoire. 12,000 euros, 14,800 USD. I think this is so special. What do you guys think? Ballet Dancer says I wouldn't check it in either. Yeah, I'm not checking her in. Frankly, I wouldn't. I'm not checking the trunks in either. I think if you have like the coffret, like the coffret trezor, like the coffret trezor is like the small one. Then they have the coffret joaillerie, which is the jewelry box. Then they have this, which it's really gorgeous. Taylor says, on a side note, how is baby and mum life? Seems to be gossiping it. Thank you, but I'm definitely not. It's hard work. I mean, I think I said in the beginning of the live that it's easier for me to go live on Mondays because like my nannies come to do their shift, whereas on weekends, on like a bit of Saturday and Sunday, they don't come. So you've noticed that like I don't tend to have videos on the weekend, or I post less just because whatever. But yeah, it's going well. It's tough. This isn't easy. It's very rewarding, but it's tough. Like we were at the hospital today. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was looking at the baby clothes I want to buy for him, but I want to buy them in person because I want to see what the quality's like. And the Gucci baby clothes have buttons in the back. Ballet says, I'm seeing more videos of people speaking out against those made in China videos. I mean, I think that the problem with the made in China thing is, first of all, I don't care if it's made in China. I have no problem with that. But it's not true. My thing is like, you're saying something that's not true. So on TikTok, the person in the comment was like shouting at me like, oh, you're defending brands. I was like, I hate that I'm even defending Louis Vuitton. But the fact of the matter is the hard-sided pieces are not made in China. They're made in Agnières-sur-Seine outside of Paris. If you like Louis Vuitton, you know their luggage history. That's the root of their luggage history. Like, I'm not going to fight with you on this. Okay. Facts don't care about your feelings. The coffret. Oh, the coffret accessoire is so gorgeous. Taylor says, I'm glad you're well. We appreciate you keeping the content. Says, still waiting on that silly big H horse making an appearance. Ha ha ha. Oh, thanks. That rocking horse is so ridiculous. I mean, who's buying that? Even for their kid. My son would look at it and be like, Ballet says, Hermes have the lawyers going after folks. Listen, Big H got the girls in California who tried to sue her for the Hermes game. They getting people together. I'm not mad at it. You can't just say anything you want. Words have consequences too. Taylor says I might buy you if it doesn't appear too soon. Haha. Guys, what do you that's so funny. What do you guys like from the Murakami cherries collection from like hard-sided pieces or the SLGs? Well, what do you think? I think it's so interesting that they didn't do the normal lozine. What do you guys think? They didn't do the normal lozine. They did the square lozine, the lozine carré. 53,000. Taylor says, can we talk about the LV lawsuit? What Louis Vuitton lawsuit? Because I feel like, what Louis Vuitton lawsuit? Abigail says the fan. Yeah, the fan is the fan is fantastic. I think 440 euros. I think in America it's what, 600? I mean, the prices have gone up a lot. Yeah, it's 53,000. Oh, the big H lawsuit. You mean against the people who sued about the Hermes game? This collection is very expensive. But to answer your question, if you're talking about the people about the Hermes game, what do you mean about this like China stuff? Sorry, typo. Was too excited about the LV trunk. Haha. Okay, if you're talking about the people who sued I talked about it in my video, the people who sued Hermes about the game, they received Birkins or Kellys. I have no sympathy for them. I couldn't give it a toss, to be honest. You have Birkins and Kellys. You're just mad that they're not offering you what you want. Like, cry me a river. Like, I'm sorry, but this is like a good example of like people who have too much money. Like, there are other places to spend that money. Like the money that they're complaining about. So they lost me with that. I don't know if you guys see this thing here on the Louis Vuitton website, the Louis Vuitton Capucine Tiny Wallet. It's white with the cherries on it. It's very cute. I never featured this in my videos. I think they've said that the cherries are meant to look like juicy. They're meant to, because they have expressions on them. And the way they've created the color, because they're printed, on a lot of these pieces, they're printed. On some of the pieces, there is embroidery. But I think on these white leather pieces, they're printed. So they're meant to look juicy, and it's meant to look like it looks alive. So it should be super interesting once we see the in real life pictures. If there's anything like you guys are waiting on from other brands, Dior, Hermes, let me know. Actually, now I want to look at the normal horizons. I love the idea of like, I really do love the idea of like getting the horizon, honestly. I was thinking about maybe getting it on my next trip, but the problem is I will never check it in. And then if something like that happens, that happened to you, where they like demand you check it in, that's going to be a problem. We're going to fight because you're not checking her in. You cannot put those bags in there. Okay, and then I was also thinking about like the lozine today. I don't know why I'm thinking about these things. They just come in my head just randomly. The prices of these lozines are insane. And the prices of the men's lozines, wow. I was not ready for because they're very strategic in where they put the hard-sided pieces. The men's exotics cost more. The men's fur pieces cost more. And the men's lozines cost a ton. They're very cool. I think that the only problem with something like the lozine is like would you use it? Because my fear is like buying something like this and then you're not using it. Taylor says, logging off for the night. Thanks for doing the live. I'll catch up with the rest of the train tomorrow. Good night, Glam says. Good night. Thanks for joining in. My worry about the lozines is that I'm just so worried that like, would you use it, or would you use it as like a piece of furniture? Because I think a lot of people use these as like furniture. What do you guys think? I'd be super curious to know. Because they're just so expensive. That's just like the only problem with the lozine. And then you have these like normal horizons. There's also the cherry, the Murakami rolling trunk, and then you have the what? And then there is the cherry blossoms like Horizon, 3,200. This sold out. This is so cool. These trunks are so cool. I'm just curious about like, what would be the utility of these trunks beyond just like looking at it in your house? Like, how would you style these pieces like in your property? Like, would you have them as like a furniture piece? Would you actually use them to store things? Ballet Dancer says the Murakami pieces are still way overpriced on the resale market. They never restocked the mink bum bag though, Ballet Dancer. They never did. And I think I'd even told you in a live that I just had a feeling we would never see it back on the website. Almost everything has been restocked except that. That literally was on the website for one day and never seen again. I like this one here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the website. It says Horizon 55 carry-on suitcase. So this is for as hand luggage 3,800. It's like the upfront version of the 55, but you're not checking her in. Ballet Dancer says I would. Christine says I love the trunks, but I have no use of them. Only reason why I have the petite mal. Oh, that's such a great purchase as well. I think that's the problem with the trunks. I can't figure out how I would use them. Ballet Dancer says I've seen the fur bum bag for 21,000. That's insane. That's an insane price. Christine says maybe get a jewelry box trunk. I don't like any of the interiors. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe I could do that instead. Because if I do it, I have to do it on my next trip because it's just too much money to spend without seeing it in person. I will say I do like the coffret Joaillerie. I like them. The coffret Trésor. That one is still a little bit better. The hat box is also cool, but it's like, again, the jewelry box, yeah, you're right. You'd use that one because you can put trinkets and jewelry obviously in there. But some of these things, it's like, how much would I use it? The only thing I would see maybe like the limousine. We have two sitting rooms, one on the ground floor, one on the top floor. So maybe on the ground floor when we receive guests, you could have the limousine as like the centerpiece. But then if someone touches the limousine, I'm gonna want to fight them out of my house. Ballet says the other one that sold was 23K. It's just, the people who are reselling these things just make me so angry. The coffret champagne, I mean, these are just sensational pieces. They're works of art at this point. The hat box is also super special. I feel like there's some of these pieces where it's worth maybe getting them now before they're insanely priced. So like the hat box is priced well. And the coffret Trésor, which is like 4,000. The coffret Trésor 24 centimeters. That's also priced well as well for right now. Eventually they'll just make them insane. But yeah, I agree with you. Like they're beautiful and amazing, but what is the use of them? Because God forbid you spend all of this money and then like Abigail's laughing. I mean it. I've told my husband, what do you think about the idea of having like the limousine in the sitting room? There's one table we could replace and put the limousine there. And then maybe you can put something clear. I don't know, maybe we can have something to protect the limousine. But then if someone touches the limousine, I will wrestle that person. Okay, then I'll get in trouble. We're like, why are you touching it? Why? The hat box is cute. But yeah, so is there anything else from other brands that you guys are liking? Anything else I should know about? Or like Dior? I'm loving the jewelry from Pomellato right now. You will be seeing me post Pomellato more because they have some new nudo rings. I think that's like their flagship line. There's some really beautiful jewelry. Abigail says, a fight with silk gloves. I mean it. If you have that in your house and someone touches it, it's going to be a problem. It's 70,000 US dollars, 68,000 in Europe. Don't touch it. These letter trunks were very cute. I don't know if they still make them. Let me see. They're on the website, but I don't know if they still produce them. The hat box is really cool, but again, I don't wear hats. What would you use it for? Maybe again as storage in the like maybe I could put it in here, but guys are saying hands off. I mean, like that trunk from the collection, the blooming box. So cute. Say what you want, but they make really cool stuff. I do not like Big H's suitcases and luggages. They're not. This is what Louis Vuitton knows how to do. And you can really see like this is where they are. Louis Vuitton have increased prices in euros, you guys. Just thought I'd let you know because I know that the initial comments about the price increase was in dollars. They've increased the prices in euros for some pieces. I'm just looking at SLGs here. I think that's also a problem with like these limited edition lines. I saw someone on Instagram saying like these limited edition lines, like the cherries and stuff like that, it makes people want to like buy a lot of SLGs that they don't use. I don't know how you guys feel about that. From different brands, do you buy a lot of things and then you don't end up using them? I love the look of their fine jewelry. It's just I have to see it in person. Balidan says I like the crochet strawberry bag charm. Bag charms are so hot right now as well, particularly with those like Labubu toy things as well. They're like toys, but they're bag charms at the same time. They're so popular right now. Balidan says I like different brands. Okay, cool. Lucy says I'm so sick of Labubu. Girl, Labubu is everywhere, honey. She is running the world right now. They're so popular. I had no idea bag charms were so popular. No idea. And they are everywhere. Ballet says LV coffee cup bag charm is so expensive. It's so expensive. Totally agree. I saw something about the CEO of the brand that sells them made like 1.8 billion off Labubus. Yeah, I saw that too. Because I think the company that owns them is called Pop Mart, and they made like a 1.8 billion. But they're everywhere. Everywhere. And they're inexpensive. That's why they're so popular. Like the value of the company is like 1.8 billion more than it was before, and it's because of Labubu. It has such a cute name. It's a catchy name. The things are cute. Everyone's obsessed with them, and people are obsessed. And I think that is also inspiring people to be into bag charms from like Louis Vuitton, because even here, Lucy says they look demonic. That's literally, you have me screaming right now. Let me put bag charm in Louis Vuitton and see what comes up. Oh my God, there are bag charms everywhere on this website. Yeah, the chocolate bar bag charm, this is very cute. 590. It's cute though. Lucy says they look demonic. That's so funny. HA, hello. I think they're so ugly. I think they're cute. They're fascinating though. Diva says, hello, beautiful. Hello. Respectfully speaking, I agree. The ones who love the boo-boos can have them wholeheartedly. Christine says LV had a croissant bag charm. It's so cute. Oh, I think I just saw it on here. What I like, yes, I can see the croissant on here. It's 800 euros. What I like about Louis Vuittons is you could also use them as like a key holder. So you could maybe like multi-purpose these as like the key fob to your car or something, or key holder for other things. Are you guys like, is anyone buying anything interesting from any other brands, or is there anything that you guys are stalking? Is there any jewelry, or are you making like bigger purchases in other areas like traveling or buying a new car, or is anyone buying anything, or are you guys just chilling and shopping your wardrobe or shopping your closet, as they say? Like how are you guys spending like for summer? Is anyone going on fun trips? Are you gonna like shop for that? Because they're going to be a lot of these like cruise like in-house, like, well, I can't speak right now. There'll be a lot of these cruise shows and cruise products that will be in the store. Ballet says I'll be shopping my closet. Okay. Are you buying anything from Murakami? Christine says I'm thinking of buying the Bottega Small Andiamo. Oh, that's nice. It's really nice. How much is it where you are? It's very nice. Lucy says, have you seen that YSL wooden bag that's trending right now? No, but let me Google it. Let's see. YSL wooden bag. Let's see if there's anything coming up. The one made of wood beads? Is this one you're talking about? Lucy says, I almost bought the Andiamo too, but didn't like that it only has one top handle. Ah, yeah, I can see it here. The Sancassette large wooden bag. Okay, opening it now. The Sancassette YSL wooded hobo. Okay, yep, opening it. Christine says 6.3 AUD, but there's a boutique at the airport. Might get it there. I think the Andiamo is so cool as well. I think it's so modern. Diva says, I forgot to say my first mystery, but I love your earrings, by the way. Well, thanks. They're big Louis Vuitton. You can't say I don't represent Louis Vuitton now. Ballet Dance says, I want something from the Cherry collection, but I'm not holding my breath. What are you trying to buy from the Cherry collection? Okay, I'm looking at the viral bag, this wooden bag. I have to say, and be honest, I don't like bags like this. Can I tell you my beef with these like transparent bags that have holes in them and stuff? Once you put things in it, it looks bad. Have you noticed that, like, even that really iconic collection from Chanel many years ago, remember the Coco Splash connection? The Coco Splash collection from Chanel, you know, the one that was so cool and everyone was obsessed with it, all of the classics, all of the flaps were clear. Once people put things in them, it just looks like trash. It just looks like garbage. I just don't like these transparent bags, and I don't like this. So you asked me what I think about this, the Sancassette wood bead bag. I do not like this. I think it looks better without things in it. And 2,670 euros in Europe. Go, bye. Ballet says troll pieces. Yeah, I agree. Lucy says, good point. HA says, I just bought the VCA 10 motif necklace. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's so elegant and chic. Lucy says, I like the look of them empty, but I don't think they're worth the price. Yeah, I don't think they're worth the price. Look better empty, in which case it defeats the point because it has to put your items in it. Guys, I hate to be that person, but can you like the video and post the like emoji things? Whatever. Can you do that for me, please? Lucy says, HA, which VCA did you get? By the way, Lucy, I really don't like this. Like, really don't like this. HS says, white gold pave was so expensive, but I begged my hubby. That's great. That's why he's there, girl. I love it. You guys are really glamazons. That's it. And that's the energy I want to see from every single person in here right now. That's right. Love it. Ballet says, I purchased a PVC classic flap almost 20 years ago. I got my items in a dust bag. Oh, that's nice. That's a good way of solving the whole transparent thing. Cool. Lucy says someone said the YSL bag looks like NYC taxi drivers' wooden seat covers. That's funny. Lucy says, I really like the gold pave pieces at VCA way more than pearl onyx. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, by the way. When it pertains to VCA, I prefer their gold pave pieces more than their onyx and all the rest of it. I don't like Van Cleef's malachite, but I really like the gold pave pieces, and I like their timepieces. Ballet says it can look junky after you pack it in. Does anyone remember that Coco Splash collection? I love that collection. Missed out on it, but I just think that now that Ballet has said you can put like another bag inside. That's maybe a solid color that can solve the problem a little bit for me. I just don't like how it looks with stuff in it. It's just a personal. It's just a me thing. HS says it looks messy. I find. Yeah, I do not like this. I love how you say chic when you hate VCA. No, I don't hate VCA. I don't hate VCA at all, and I think it's really cool. And that's not true. I don't hate VCA. I don't like the Alhambra for me, but as Lucy says, she likes the gold pave pieces. I agree. You know what else I like from Van Cleef? The frivole between the ring pave ring. Yes, God. Yes, God. And I was looking at it, and it's $25,800 in America. Very nice. And the flagship is in Paris at the Place Vendôme, very close to. It's like next to the Ritz or just opposite the Ritz, whatever. We'll definitely pass by there and have a look around. I would definitely get something from the Frivole line, and I like the look of their gold pieces more. I agree. And that pave frivole, the pave frivole between the fingers Van Cleef ring in yellow gold, it was a revelation. It's very beautiful. HA says we're worthy. Yes, we are. You tell our husbands that. Christine says that ring is very nice. Lucy says I love the Van Cleef pave butterfly between the that's the one I'm talking about, between the finger ring, but I hate the between the finger rings. The pave VCA between the finger ring, the diamonds make the I don't know what I'm trying to say. The diamonds make the petals or whatever they are come alive. It's so gorgeous, so beautiful. I would need to see it in real life, but I think it's very cute. I think that you can buy the one that's like between the fingers, or you can buy the singular one. And also, HA, I like how VCA handled that influence. I actually am interested in Van Cleef after they gathered that influencer, went crying to TikTok about the way she was treated, and they sent her a book. She got gathered and dragged. I have to say, respect it. Remember in those old Looney Tunes cartoons with the Roadrunner, and like the way the cartoons would blink and be like, that's literally VCA. It's like, you can come have this book. You come get this book. Yes, God, you will be getting a book. Guys, I could not work as a luxury SA, okay, because people would be getting handled. I'd be like, girl, please, you haven't bought anything this year and you're here coming up with demands. Bye. Like, it's like the Looney Tunes cartoons. It's like blinking like, are you serious right now? HJ's laughing, LOL, LOL. Ballet Dancer's laughing. Lucy says, I don't shop at VCA, but from what I've gathered, they treat their clients very well. That's what I've heard. I'll pass by the boutique, the flagship this summer. This summer, I'm going to pass by places I haven't been to before. So like Van Cleef and Bulgari, Pomellato. I'm going to try and get an Audemars Piguet appointment. So this summer will be busy once I'm traveling. So hopefully I'll be able to. You guys tell me what kind of videos you want to see. You want to see the videos filmed separately, or you want to see them with other things? You'll let me know. Because I was thinking about maybe I can film one massive Paris shopping video. It could be like an hour long, and it could be like all the brands together. Or maybe if you want to see videos filmed separately. But I'm definitely going to pass by the Van Cleef store this time around. And in fact, last time when I was just looking at the window display, we were like, I was like invited in. Like, hey, if you want to come in, you can come see. I'm like, okay, that's quite friendly. That's like the original store from when they started. Lucy says, I love Bulgari for fave jewelry brand. Definitely want to pass by there. They have a store on the Champs-Elysees. After I bought my love ring, I was just like walking on the Champs-Elysees looking around, and they smiled at me. The security guard, they can see the shopping bag from Cartier. They're like, come in. So I'll definitely pass by. HA says Bulgaria beautiful pieces. Ballet says when you're traveling to Europe, I think it'll be this summer, maybe late summer. So like July-ish, like late July, early August, something like that, late summer. Because by then he'll be like 5-6 months. So I think it should be easy to kind of deal with him. HA says LOL. I love how they change when they see you have like a luxury shopping bag. People are very different. They see your luxury shopping that bag, they're like, hello. it's not like in the dragging videos. In the dragging videos, people are handled. and like not looking a mess. You know, I think that's the key thing. So yeah, this summer I'm gonna have like places, like priorities are obviously trying to score a bag at Big H. But this summer I'll be going to Van Cleef, checking it out, Bulgari, checking it out, Pomellato, checking it out, Etro, Moschino, obviously, Versace, obviously. But those will be like the main places, and Ferragamo and Gucci. So Ferragamo and Gucci this time as well, in addition to Louis Vuitton. That's standard. HA says, I've had a great experience with my VCA peeps. That necklace you got sounds really good. So do you layer it, or do you wear it as a bracelet, or how does it work? Ballet says, don't take your luggage into I don't know why people leave these reviews, right? They go and like carry their luggage. Why? I genuinely am like struggling to understand. So funny. This YSL bag, I just no. This is just ridiculous. It has holes in it. Bye. Bye, YSL. I really like YSL's footwear. I think they make really beautiful footwear. Are you going to check out Cartier when you go? Yes, absolutely. I don't know why I forgot Cartier from that list. Yeah, and Cartier too, definitely. Cartier and Louis Vuitton are like standard, and Hermes is standard. Those are like, absolutely, you'll be going there. This time I think I'll go to the flagship, because last time I went to the Champs-Elysees Cartier. And honestly, when I was telling my husband watched the video, and I've told you guys my experience there many times. My husband was like, he's not even really mad at like the essay for being very business-like, because he was like, just they can leave the fake essay bullshit, like just keep it business and show us things. I have to say I agree. But that store is like, I remember the greeter was like, would you like to look, or are you looking, or do you want to buy? I'm like, I want to buy. And that was the Champs-Elysees Cartier. I will never forget that for as long as I live. Never. Like you walk in, the greeter asks you if you want to buy or you're looking. That is a testament to how many people waste time. I was like, I am here to buy something today. And I think I've mentioned obviously before, the Holy Grail piece is the Pave Love bracelet. There was someone who put theirs on Fashion File. I wanted to just show you guys. I don't know if it's still available, but this is how much like people are desperately trying to sell these Pave Cartier pieces used. Someone was selling theirs on Fashion File. I think it's probably already gone, but it was like, she said it was lightly used, like the listing. And it was like, because I think in America that bracelet's like $50K in America, and it was like going for 20,000. But I think that the problem with pieces like that is like, yeah, I mean, there are tons of them here. They're like 5 listings already. And they're not moving. People are not buying them right now. And it feels like it's a desperate kind of need to buy them. Like Fashion File is desperately trying to get rid of them. And, you know, here, Cartier, 18 karat, the rose gold one, 37K. I think in America, it's like 50 stacks or 45K. Lucy says the full Pave jewelry loses a lot on resale. Christine, yeah, it does. So it's like selling, if someone might sell it because they need the cash right now. If you need the cash right now, you're going to need to wait. Because if you have that money, you can just go to the store. And if you have that money to buy a pave love bracelet, any store in the world. Christine says, I had a bad experience at Cartier. SA didn't ask what my ring size is and just disappeared to get pieces out. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like at Cartier, it's very like business-like. Like they're very like, even once I reassured her as buying, she was like, don't want to bring it out. It's like, girl, come on now. Lucy says a lot of things aren't moving. Yeah, they're not shifting. It's quiet right now. It's quiet. I saw that listing and I was like, you know what? I just want to have the experience in the store. There's no point in me buying this here and it's used and it's 37,000. Where in US dollars, where in Europe, you get the refund, which will be like 16%, and you get the experience and you get it on your profile. Presumably they'll reach out, if hopefully it'll be like a good experience and stuff. I think it's because I think like in a tourist place, like, because Christine, you said you're in Australia, I think. So in a touristy place, like a super touristy city like Sydney in Australia or New York in America or London or Paris, like there's so much competition. So it makes it hard. Like really popular cities are difficult to shop in for sure. So the essay who wasn't nice, that's not a nice experience. And then I think at Cartier, they're very like business-like. And I think it's because like the targets have to be insane. Lucy says, not gonna lie, I worry about fakes of Cartier on the resale market. Yeah, I have to say, me too. I worry about it too. Wow. This sapphire love bracelet on Fashion File, love it. Right. Looks good, but there's no guarantee that's real. Ballet Dancer says, Fashion File have multiple multi-co key pouches on the site. They're not moving. I refuse to pay 1,000 for one. They need to be realistic. No one's paying 1,000 for that. It's ridiculous. HA says resell's awful for jewelry. Agree. AK Sire 6, hello. Would you consider Faux Lepage as a brand to shop in Paris? That's what I also wanted to mention, because once I have my visa, I'll film like a Paris video of the place I'm going to go to. I can definitely pass by the store if you guys want me to like mill around there. Because two other brands I meant to tell you guys that I will pass by and just look at is Delvaux. I will be passing by the standalone store just to have a look, and I'll take pictures and film if it's fine. And Joseph Duclos, I will pass by because they're at Faubourg, so they're close to Big H and stuff, so it's fine. I can definitely pass by Faux Lepage if you guys want me to. I'm open-minded as long as things look good. Very open-minded. Lucy says, do you guys think Cartier stacks do you guys think Cartier stacks like love bracelets just on Clue are outdated? No, I think if you like something, it looks modern if you like it. I feel like it only looks outdated also if your clothes look outdated. But I like it. Me personally, I like it. Like the Juste un Clou and a love bracelet looks very cute. H says, I still like that. Me too. Lucy says Repossi too. Okay, cool. Perfect. I like Repossi as well. And their boutique's also at the Floss Window. Christine says, have you seen last video? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Last video about her Faux Lepage tote screen printy flaking off. Oh, her, okay. Cap. No, I haven't. Delvaux for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely go to Delvaux. Definitely go there. And I'll definitely go to Joseph Duclos and definitely pass by Faux Lepage and also Moynet. Because last time I did film like a little bit there, I like the look of their stuff. The problem with Goya, and I like Goya, it's just that it's so stressful even queuing is stressful there. They harass you there. The essays are super rude. They're super rude at the Printemps store. I remember one day during the previous trip in autumn, I was just in Printemps looking around. I did not go to queue. There was someone, because the Printemps Goya concessions is next to like Longchamp. So I was milling around Longchamp just looking. And then there was someone like, I think tried to take a picture or something. And they weren't in the queue. They were like, because, it's like a concession, right? And then, the security is like, Madame, no photographs, no photographs. It's like, can you just fuck off. How about that? Okay, so I like Goya, but I don't want to be shouted at. I don't want to be yelled at. So I might pass by there too, but only at the concession. I wouldn't bother like I wouldn't bother going to queue at the Rue Saint Honoré store because it's just a mess and it's always packed. They are very rude in there. Someone is like standing on the corner of the concession taking a picture in a department store. No photographs, no photographs. It's a department store. Okay. And I get it, it's like part of their mystery, but they can just save it. No one cares. And I like them, but I like the Saigon, by the way. I really like the Saigon. And I would love to pull the trigger on it, but I'm just stressed thinking about how to queue to shop there, but I like it. Ballet dancer says, yelling at the top of their lungs, Madame, I know, it's like, Madame, no photographs. AK says, yes, please, I'm considering totes and pouches, but in the States and we'll have to buy online. Ah, okay, yeah, sure, I can definitely pass by. Because this time around, I want to be very strategic, and you guys will let me know. Do you want to see like separate videos? Like, do you want to see a Louis Vuitton video on its own? Would you watch them all together in one video? You let me know what you think. So I'm trying to figure out, would I watch one video? But if I don't like the brand, I wouldn't watch it. I don't know. Lucy says you should have yelled back photographs, no photographs to throw him off. I'm glad that I wasn't being shouted at. It was someone else who got dragged and they got told off. I was just like, why are you shouting? It is a department store and it's the boutique. If you guys have never seen the Goya printemps, it's a concession. So it's like a store in a store, but it's an open air department store. Okay. So I don't know why he was shouting about it. I would understand at the freestanding store getting told off, but not in a department store. Christine says, Costco needs to make that bread. We'll watch the rest of this later. Thank you for joining. Bye. Valerie is laughing. Lucy says, whatever works best for you. I don't think it matters. Okay, fine. We'll definitely need a separate video for Hermes. Yeah, Hermes video is always alone. Don't worry, there'll be separate. This time I'm gonna be successful, but Hermes videos be alone. I like film. My Louis Vuitton video is always alone, and Hermes video is always alone. Maybe I'll just stick to what works, and then I'll put everything in one big video. Because my Cartier videos did really well. I was surprised by how many of you liked those videos. Even my husband was like, "Your Cartier videos did really, really well." I was like, "Yeah." Diva says, yes, I agree. Whatever works for you. Always love watching the content, so please do what works for you and you comfortable comes to video. Yeah, I will do. I feel like I'm excited this summer, just like explore brands that I haven't like explored before. So like Bulgari, Ferragamo, like I said, Pomellato. I forgot to mention Boucheron, obviously. I really like that Catra, the Catra line at Boucheron. I think it's really nice. I've never been to Tiffany before, so I'd like to explore that as well. So I think I'll use that like opportunity as well. So I'm excited. So this trip will be summer, but like it'll be Paris and I think 2 other European cities. So I think if you like seeing that content, like different cities, I think you'll enjoy them. AK says, what store are you looking to prioritize first? I need to score at Big H. Like I have got to score a Big H as soon as I arrive there. So my first thing we'll do, like the way the trip looks in my head so far, is shopping at Big H at Faubourg or Sèvres, and then I want to go to at least 3 different Louis Vuittons in Paris. I already know the ones I want to visit. One of them is the Avenue Montaigne Louis Vuitton, because I heard that if you make an appointment, they will like be really nice to you. What bag are you going to ask for? Oh, at Big H. Right now, there are 5 bags I'm interested in. Mini Kelly, well, 5. I say 5 in my head, I don't remember. Mini Kelly, Kelly Pochette, Kelly 25 back in 25, Kelly Disorder. However, I like that Birkin 35, the inside out one that we saw on the catwalk. I feel like I might have a better chance of getting a Birkin 35, but I don't know the situation on the ground because I haven't seen it. And I know this sounds really arrogant, but I only trust my judgment of how busy the Hermes stores are, because there's so much smoke and daggers about cloak and dagger. It's very cloak and dagger, like the way people talk about this brand. So I only trust my judgment. You know what I mean? AK says, I hope you get some drag you videos out of this trip. My favorite content. Oh, great, great. I posted the one recently. I have one coming this week as well. I have one coming this week. You guys will like that one. I'm not gonna go to George Sank though. It just not worked out for me on there. I'll play the online lottery as well. And then so I think it's mainly gonna be like once I arrive there, go straight to the Big H store and hopefully succeed quickly. So that way it doesn't kind of hang over the trip like the sword of Damocles, like, you didn't get a quota bag. Lucy says, OMG, did I tell you I saw a Kelly disorder in person? It's gorgeous. They're gorgeous, aren't they? They're so beautiful. Lucy says, what colors are you thinking? Pink, obviously, green. It doesn't sound like there's a chance of getting an exotic bag if you've never been offered a bag there before. Like, for example, let's say I'm going to ask for a mini Kelly and Croc because I'm putting all of my cash to ask for. I was thinking it's a better thing is to just save all my money for a big purchase. So I'm putting my money towards that. But apparently they won't sell you the mini Kelly and Croc if you haven't bought a Kelly 25 or a Birkin 25 in like the normal in Croc. So like they don't like to give the mini Kelly and Croc or the Kelly pochette in Croc to someone who doesn't have a Birkin or Kelly in Croc already. So it might be like, oh, I want to buy the mini Kelly and Croc, and they'll be like, okay, no, we don't have any, but I have this. So sometimes it's like a test. So if I'm offered an exotic Birkin or Kelly, I want to be ready to buy it. And then obviously Audemars Piguet as well. So hopefully I'll be successful this time. Lucy, yeah, colors pink, green. Meta, oh, hello, Metamorphic Kate. Very excited for your trip. I'll be in Milan this summer. Are you interested in any petite H items at Sev? Honestly, I'm not a petite H girl, but I know that section is popular. Milan is, I would just love to shop there one day, God willing. Lucy says, yes, pink. Bally says, that's interesting. Lucy says, that makes sense because Birkin 25s and Croc cost more than MK, probably less desirable. Yeah, for sure. The Birkin 25 and Croc costs more and it's less desirable. So it's my understanding that if you have never bought an exotic Birkin or Kelly, they don't want to sell you one. And they don't want to sell you an exotic. This is a theory that someone had. I saw this was like posted also in a Facebook group. Like, someone was saying in a Facebook group that they don't want to sell you the mini Kelly or the Kelly pochette in Croc unless you have bought a Birkin or Kelly in Croc. Because one of the Glamazons also told me that they don't sell exotics to people who don't have a big purchase history. And then I saw someone on Facebook post this theory. I think it's right because it's very expensive. It's like 42,000. Even with the refund, it's still a ton of money. And I think the thing is, like, I want to be ready. Like, I don't want to, like, God forbid you're offered the bag and then you've blown the whole budget and then you can't buy it and you're like, fuck, I can't buy it. You know what I mean? So I think even right now, I'm just like, let me put my cash towards the exotic Birkin or Kelly or any Birkin or Kelly, Audemars Piguet watch, and the Cartier Pavé bracelet versus buying a ton of smaller knickknacks and bits and bobs that I'm not super passionate about. And then if there's extra cash, I'll go to those other brands and see what's up. Lucy says, unless it's hideous orange, I'm not buying that. AK says, I hope you score big, gotta go have a good evening. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, so I think it's complicated. So, you know, you have to, because the thing is that there infinite products, but there's finite money. And also, I didn't say this, but with Louis Vuitton, I'm interested in getting like an ostrich capucine on this trip as well. Now, if I'm offered an exotic bag at Big H, Birkin or Kelly, then I would end up blowing the budget if I bought a crocodile capucine. But part of me is like, if I don't get an exotic Birkin or Kelly offer, I should just buy the crocodile capucine. So you have to make decisions and figure out. Because I think what might end up happening is I'll just blow all of my money this summer and then I'll just chill. Because I haven't left Tanzania since October. So my husband was like, we can just blow all of our cash this summer. Alice says, I hope you can get the bag. Thank you. And also, Ballet, because I know you love Louis Vuitton. Like, my Louis Vuitton videos this summer are going to be fire because I'm really interested in the coffret in a hard-sided piece. The ones that I was just mentioning. So like the coffret trésor, the coffret joaillerie. So I'll definitely like show pieces like that, and I know you like that. Lucy says crop cap seems to be, but it's so beautiful, and it's like just such a stunning purchase. You know what I mean? So I have to score at Big H ASAP, because then I will be able to like allocate the spending. Like I'll be able to allocate spending better. You know what I mean? I was reading about someone's shopping experience in a Facebook group. She said that she had plans to go to Chanel and Dior. She was trying to get a leather appointment at Hermes. It didn't happen, and then she blew all of her cash at Chanel and Dior. And then guess what happened on the final day? She got the leather appointment. She didn't have any money. That is my nightmare. Is to like struggle to get the appointment. So she went to Big C and Dior and blew all of her cash. And then the day before she's leaving, like the day before, she gets the leather appointment. She doesn't have any money. That is my nightmare. And literally, because I would die, I'll probably cry tears, probably crying. So I can't let that happen. Bally's laughing. And the people were like, you should have returned the stuff at Chanel. She's like, but I like what I bought. I'm like, they wouldn't take that return, honey. They'll be like, bitch, please, you bought this. Lucy says, OMG, that's so bad. Yeah, so I think with with Hermes, like you need to be ready. I want to be ready this time. I didn't have good luck last time, but I want to be ready this time. So I feel like I'm ready, because I'm just saving all of my cash for the big trip. There's some few things I was looking at, maybe picking up this month, but I'm going to put everything towards summer spending. So summer will be big. That's why when I was looking at this Pave Cartier piece, I was like, this is cute and everything, but it's like used, and it's 37,000. Like, if you have this money, you're just going to go to Cartier. And Cartier's like, it has a faint scratch. It's like, bye. It's 37K, the bracelet. Bye. Things are not shifting, as you said, Lucy, because I swear I've seen this one bracelet here. It has wear. It's the thin pave one. 20 bands. It's a lot of money. Diva says, wow. Yeah, I mean, imagine how horrible that must have felt. So that's why I was even telling my husband, I need to score ASAP at the beginning of the trip. That way it doesn't hang over me like the sword of Damocles, because that's kind of what happens when you're like in Paris trying to get the leather appointment. It's like hanging over you like the sword of Damocles. Like, you're not getting one, you're not getting one. And it's like Rumpelstiltskin in the background, like, ha, ha, ha. So it does kind of take over the trip, and it's very unpleasant. So this time we'll be going to Paris, and I think 2 other European cities. So you'll stick around. You guys, I know you're so loyal and support my channel, which I'm so grateful for. But the efforts will be trying to score in Paris. It's too much effort to try and score in another European city. There was an opportunity to maybe try in another European city, but then I'm like, God, what happens if you like buy a watch and you spend 20,000 euros and they don't offer you anything? Then you have to like rescind buying the watch. I'm just giving an example. Let's say you go to the Big H store. What's a store that's known for selling quotas to people in Europe? The boutique in Harrods is known from time to time selling quotas to tourists, but you have to pre-spend. What if you like spend £20,000 buying a watch or a bracelet? And then you're like, do you have a Birkin O'Kelly? You're like, I don't have a Birkin O'Kelly, but I have this. And it's like a constant. It's like, shit. Then you have like a bracelet, but you don't have a Birkin O'Kelly. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because in my head, it makes sense. It's just such a huge risk. I wouldn't be able to go through the purchase. I'd be like, shit, this isn't going to work out, so I'm not going to go through the purchase. You know what I mean? Vanessa says, I'm looking forward to those videos. Okay, great. Glad. These videos are going to be much more well thought out as well. Because on my previous trip, it was like the baby moon. I was pregnant, so it was just me. And my husband didn't come, but this time he'll be around. So there'll be these videos. I'm very excited about them. And also this will be like the first trip I've gone on since delivering. So this is, it's going to be super exciting. Exciting, because I can't speak anymore. So I was just saying, like, imagine like trying to buy a Coats bag in London and pre-spending for it. You know, I've been hearing things about the Amsterdam store. I've been hearing that if you go as a tourist and spend a ton of money, they will offer you something. That's what the streets say. That's what the girls say. It's too much risk. The risk is too high. And then God forbid you're like, I'll buy this watch or I'll buy a bracelet and you spent like 15, 16, 17, 18, 20,000 euros, and then they don't offer you anything. I think that's like my issue with this whole thing. Because then I'd be like, okay, I've changed my mind about the bracelet. Be like, okay, you're not going to offer me anything. Okay. I've changed my mind about the bracelet. You know what I mean? Meta says, on the Italian Hermes website, I saw Ex Libris earrings pendant with agate and pink gemstone, even if they're not diamonds. So you think that's still good? Babe, for Milan, do you think for Milan? I heard Milan is a nightmare. I heard it's an actual bloodbath. In terms of Italy, the places I've heard that are welcoming to tourists with pre-spending is Venice and Capri. So maybe if you go to Capri, I think the pendant necklace in Capri can go far. I think in Capri you have a chance, but Milan, I wouldn't buy them in Milan. I heard it's a bloodbath there. I feel like it really needs to be jewelry with diamonds. So like the Kelly bracelet half pave, which I think is 13K euros, or like the half pave Collier de Champ bracelet, or that really pretty ring that's so pretty, the pave ring on the website. It looks like a knot. Is it like a knot and it's like pave? Let me go on the website and find this thing. Sorry, because I'm just talking nonsense now, so I can't even speak anymore. Lucy says, Miss Game at its finest. Hey, Chase says, I totally agree with you. Yeah, it really needs to be like the jewelry with diamonds. I honestly, Metamorphic Kate, I wouldn't try in Milan. If you have 20K, I would, if I was in Italy, I would try in Capri or Venice, only because many tourists have said that like there's hope there of being offered, and the Capri store is a seasonal boutique, so they're completely used to having tourists and English speakers there, and they have offered bags to people there who are not Italian. My only worry with Milan is like they'll be like, no, you're not Italian, you're not from Italy, and you don't live here, so we're not going to offer you anything. Lucy says, I know what you're talking about. I think I described it wrong. It's not the échappé. I'm pulling it up now because I can't speak anymore. It's just embarrassing at this point because I barely speak. H says, totally agree with you. Right, yeah. Lucy says, my essay just texted me about that ring. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just not being able to speak anymore. I'm pulling the ring up now. I'm just useless at speaking. Oh, this is the ring. The Kelly Gavroche ring, that's 8,000 euros. Because I can't speak. The Kelly Gavroche ring is 8,800 euros. The website looks different. Have they changed the website? There are new fonts on the website? Do you know the one I'm talking about? It says Kelly Gavroche 8,800. I really don't like this. It looks weird. I hate the new website. Yeah, I don't like this. Not that big HK is what I think, but yeah. So to metamorphic to your point, I would say something more like what I'm seeing on the website right now, which is the European site, like this Kelly ring that's 12K, or the Kelly clochette ring 7,000. Or if you like the earrings, but if you're in Italy, I would save that money. Oh, the finesse bracelets, 5,500. I think that counts because it has diamonds in it. I think it really needs to have diamonds in it, guys. I feel like gold is just. I think for them to move the needle for the client, it needs to have diamonds in it. But in terms of trying, if I was a betting woman, and I am because I love to go to the casino and play cards, I would go to Venice or Capri, because for me, I only want to go places where I've heard of actual success stories where the person's not an influencer, and I've heard success stories for Venice and Capri on Facebook, granted, so goes with the, it goes with like a grain of salt. But because people have to use their real names, it's like less chance people are bullshitting. Lucy says, "Do you know the price of the Kelly two finger ring?" Yes, the Kelly Gavroche ring with baguettes. With baguettes, the one the one that's like this, the Kelly two finger ring like this. It's 50,000 in Europe. It's 50 bands. Now, obviously, if you buy that, I need to get I need to get a Kelly doll for that. Sorry. I need a Kelly doll. In US dollars, it has to be that 76, maybe 60,000 range, but in Europe, it's about 50,000. Metamorphic Kate said, "Thank you." Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, so to that point, to the point, because you've inspired me now just to think about this a little bit more. Like I said, I am a betting woman. Like, I love to gamble, I love to play cards, but I think you need to be a strategic better. Like, I wouldn't go somewhere where there's no hope. And I've heard bad things about Milan. I heard they don't offer bags to tourists there. I've heard really bad things about the Rome store. I think the Rome store is the second biggest. Isn't the Rome store like the second biggest European big H store after Faubourg? I just haven't heard good things about the situation in Italy is very competitive. So the only place in Italy I've heard of good is Capri and Venice. And then outside of Italy, I'm hearing good things about the boutique in Prague. If you're willing to buy items, one of the Glamazons was telling me Prague is a place, an opportunity. And then London, their opportunities. Harrods is known to sell bags to tourists, but you have to pre-spend. New Bond Street is known to sell bags, but you need to pre-spend. So, and it really needs to be that jewelry, watches area. I feel like ready to wear a few years ago probably did move the needle, but I just feel like now it's just not enough. Maybe like a coat or something. And now we're in summertime, so you don't need to buy a coat in Europe. So I've heard things about New Bond Street and Harrods, like good things. Lucy says, "I agree, everyone buys ready to wear now." Metamorphic says, "I speak Italian, but it'll be interesting to compare. Capri so gorgeous." Yeah, oh, you speak Italian. That's great. So you're at an advantage if you speak Italian. That puts you at a huge advantage. But it's just that in Milan, I think they'll ask you, "Do you live here?" And I think if you say you don't live here, you don't have an address here, they'll be like, no. But Capri or Venice, I think you will have there's an opportunity because those stores are known to sell. Like, the problem is, like, some of these stores, when they realize you're like a tourist and you ask for a coat bag, they're like, they get really annoyed about it. I've talked about this on my Instagram, how, like, at George Sank, the moment you ask for a leather appointment at George Sank, you get dragged. Oh, yeah, Lucy saying everyone buys ready to wear now. Yeah, so I just feel like ready to wear. I'm trying to look at some of these other pieces that don't have diamonds in them that maybe count. I really don't like this new website. Why did they do this? The Kelly bracelet is 13,500. This counts. Honestly, I would buy this for a bag offer. Just get it over and done with. I don't like the aesthetics of the bracelet, but I'll just buy it. I could always just buy and give it to my mom or something. There's also this bracelet here. It's called Lucy brought up the Gavroche ring. I wanted to say something to you about that. I remember a few lives ago, one of the Glamazons was like, "What offer do you think you could get if you bought the Kelly Gavroche ring in France?" I think if it's available for purchase and you buy that in France, I think you're going to get a fantastic offer. My problem is, like, the problem with pieces like that is after a while, they're like diminishing returns. Because, like, I think a piece like that, like, I would expect a picnic Birkin for that, or like a mini Kelly in picnic. Or like, the Kelly doll. Or the mini Kelly in croc in like a really desirable spec. So, like, I feel like the mini Kelly in croc, black with gold hardware, is super desirable right now. Like, if you look at the price on the resale market. So I feel like with some of these pieces, you could YOLO and just see what happens and what they offer you. But my worry is, like, what if you buy it and then they, I would want an exotic too. Yeah, exactly. in MKOK 25, B25. Yeah. But if you buy that ring, like the double ring, that's like 50 bands, you'd be getting like a mini Kelly. Because then you'd be like overspending for the Kelly 25. Does that make sense? Because I feel like the Kelly 25 in Croc, whether it's in dollars or euros, to me in Paris, I feel like it's 0.5. I feel like you could, but I think that like I said, the problem is with the mini Kelly and Croc is like they're gonna want you. They'll be like, "Girl, honey, come buy this back in 25 and Croc first. Then on your next trip, I'll offer you this." Because like I feel like the Kelly pochette in Croc maybe it's just you because you don't want to like overspend. I think that's the problem. And definitely they're not selling a picnic or a Kelly doll to someone who has never been offered a quotes bag there before, for sure, because they don't want to give it to a reseller. Let me go on the American site, and because I know many of you are in the States, let me go on the American site and just look at the dollar prices for a second, because these prices look interesting. Let's see. The website looks weird. I'm sorry, have I lost? Is it me? Why does the website look like this? Sorry, I have not gone on the website in some time, so. Yo, what is happened to the website, honey? Because this website is not it. That's a no for me. Lucy says, we just had a price increase today. The website looks so bad. Like they're trying to be artsy. Yeah, it just. No, this is not it. I hate how they have pics of ready-to-wear just floating. Yeah, this isn't it. Okay, whoa, the American website jewelry is crazy. Their jewelry is very expensive. Sorry, I haven't been on the website to see the jewelry prices in some time. So I'm shell shocked here just looking at the prices of their jewelry. I was having a go at Louis Vuitton, but their jewelry is so expensive. I am not impressed right now. So yeah, just to wrap up what I was saying about Europe, I feel like with Europe it's a tough one. You have to be super careful. Somewhere else that I've heard sells to tourists is the boutique in Monte Carlo, but you need to pre-spend. And I think that the problem is like somewhere like Monte Carlo, I would be freaked out to try and pre-spend there just because there's so many wealthy people who live in Monaco. So I'd be worried like how much do you need to do in order to stand out there? The Kelly bracelets, 53.7 thousand US dollars, full pave. Yo, this is wild. The Kelly bracelet, 53,700 US dollars. This is the one that competes with the Cartier Pave Love bracelet. Yo, imagine buying this and not getting a bag offer. Half pave collier de champ bracelet. Sometimes I wonder if maybe if someone is playing the game for like a really hot piece, like on holiday, maybe picking up one of these bracelets. It's just my worry is like picking up, for example, I can see here on the American site, I'm just speaking out loud. Let's say I come on holiday to America next year or something, right? I like the idea of shopping in a country where there's no language barrier, right? And then let's say you pick the Collier de Champ bracelet in that's like 25,000, or this pave one that's 53. But then what if you don't get a bag offer? You know? What if they're like, we don't like, because some of these essays want to trick customers. They want to trick you. They want to spend all of your money, okay, and trick you. I don't want to be tricked. Sorry, Big H. Kachi is going to get my pave money, but maybe I can buy a pave ring instead. LOL. Yup, exactly. Yeah, that's what my fear is. You know, again, keep hearing things, you know, like keep seeing people share things, you know, like, oh, try it here. But I'm just like, girl, please, like, you're not gonna trick me. Okay, because you can get tricked. My thing is like, if I buy this bracelet, I expect you to deliver a bag. Am I owed it? No. Am I entitled to it? No. But I definitely expect you to do your bit. Ballet Dance says, yeah, don't trick me. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed today. This was fun. This was a bit impromptu just because I had time. So I wanted to come on here and say hello to all of you. So I hope, please, if you can. What? Just before I leave, the Amulet Constance bracelet is $9,900. Are you serious right now? God, where have I been? The Big H website looks a mess. This is just, it's like this item has a shipping delay of 7 to 10 days. Lucy says, LOL. Yo, this is wild pricing for a very simple bracelet. Lucy says, jewelry got hit hard from today's increase. I can see that. I mean, Lucy says that's right. The Kelly bracelet's really pretty, but I still think the pave bracelet's nicer from Cartier. I still think the Cartier pave bracelet's much nicer. The Kelly pave bracelet is $53K, but I still think the Cartier one's nicer. Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining this live. I appreciate your time. I think we'll continue to do lives on Mondays just because I have more time. So happy that so many of you tuned in. Thank you, Ballet, and thank you, Lucy, for sticking to the end. Really appreciate it. Please go leave a comment once you see the video has been uploaded on the main page, on the live page. I appreciate you. But yeah, thanks for your time. And yeah, good to see you guys. Okay, bye. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. You guys too.